Hi guys, good afternoon from Europe, good morning, good evening, whatever you are. Piotr here, this is Liteforex Global YouTube channel, 10th of March 2021, and we are very close to US FX Open. Well, very busy day ahead when it comes to the New York session, and I'm talking about the US CPI, so in the inflation data out of the US, the very important number, taking into the consideration what is going on with the US yields, and then Bank of Canada rate decision as well. And finally, during the second part of the US session, second part of the New York session, we are going to get the auction when it comes to the US. We are talking about the 10s, right? 10 years. Well, okay, let's have a look what we have ahead. So let's start with the USDCAD. Well, very good choice because of the US data, because of the Bank of Canada rate decision, where we are, what might happen when it comes to this pair. Let's start with the daily chart. A little bit of the consolidation going on lately. To be honest with you, it's not a surprise. What we are talking about here is the breakout candle. Is this breakout candle here from 26th of the February, right? And as you can see, to the upside, to the downside, we are respecting that candle, right? To the upside, the downside, market was trying to move lower, and right now we are in the middle of that range from the 26th of February, as well as we are around the weekly open, so very important. So what's going to be my approach when it comes to the USDCAD and the Bank of Canada rate decision? Well, taking into the consideration again the rates, the yields in US, I think that we do have a potential to move a little bit higher. Market to be able to do that, the first thing is we need the close above the weekly open. We need to cancel all these upper shadows, right? So meaning that 127.50 is needed to be broken. Daily close above will reopen much higher levels. In that case, we are talking about the levels towards 29.50 and psychological 130 level. I do not expect, but bear in mind, I might be totally wrong, but I do not expect any kind of the hawkishness from the Bank of Canada. All right, so let's switch lower. Let's get back to the hourly chart. So what's my trading plan? Of course, we have to discuss both sides. We are in the middle of the latest range, right? The top of the range is around 27.50. The bottom of the range is 26.10, 25.80, right? So what I would like to see, I would like to see my preferable scenario is to see the at least attempt to break daily open, right, and yesterday late New York low, right? So I would like to see this type of the price action to the downside with quick reversion, and that would be my very aggressive setup. But I have also the conservative setup. Of course, it might not happen, but guys, look at this. Okay. Look at this. So what I'm looking for is eventually the deeper pullback, right? Maybe even down towards the swing low from the intraday charts over here. Okay, so closer to 26 level. So that's my zone in between 26, 25, 26 to try to go long. But also depends on the price action. I'm going to watch this 27.50, right? Why? You may want to ask why. Because I'm not gonna hesitate in case of any kind of the rejection, right? 27.50, this high. If we are going to go there and we are going to see the rejection, so this type of the price action, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this type of the price action with upper shadow, stop count, close below, that could be the setup to try to go short when it comes to the USD CAD. So that's USD-CAD. All right, next one, because of the Bank of Canada rate decision, the next one I'm going to discuss with you is EURCAD. There you go. And here we go. Well, overall, this type of the setup, right? 3 strong falling candles usually is a bearish signal, but it works well when it happens at the top. It might work totally differently. It might be end of the move if it's going to happen during the move to the downside in that case, right? So what I'm gonna to look for in that case is, right, what's next based on the price action here, based on the price action here, and based on where we are right now. Okay. Also very important is this breakout level, because this is the Riley base Riley setup, and we are right here right now within the possible demand zone. So the trick here is that tomorrow we do have European Central Bank rate decision, right? So what I'm gonna to look for, I'm going to look for any kind of from the medium term perspective, any kind of the lower shadow. So I wanna see the buyers in action, right? I wanna see the buyers. So I'm going to look for the stop count around 150, retest, maybe creation of the swing low, but the positive price action around 150. If that's going to happen from the medium term perspective, I'm going to try to be on the long side with 52 as a target at the very beginning. Let's have a look what we have from the intraday perspective. Okay, well, a little bit of the consolidation going on after initial sell-off on Monday, pulling back yesterday and trying to consolidate today, right? That's how I see the things right here, right now, right? So from the intraday perspective, if we are going to break through 50.70, that's the latest weakness, all right? Like this, I might want to be long with 52 as discussed previously. Also, there is a very aggressive approach I may consider. Okay, this price action over here, this swing high been broken to the upside, right? Boom, we went higher. So what I'm talking about as an aggressive approach, right? That's the buying zone. We are testing 50% of that zone. I might look around, going to the lower time frame and looking for the price action, suggesting, okay, that could be the low with very tight stop loss. So in both cases, USD-CAD, EURCAD, I'm bearish when it comes to the Canadian dollar. The last one, because of the inflation in US, is euro-dollar, and I like the price action. 17.50 is my target, final target for that move on the euro-dollar. And I think the inflation today, ECB, Lagarde tomorrow, in both cases we are going to see the arguments for the lower levels when it comes to the euro-dollar. So if you are not short, what I would looking for being a bear on the euro-dollar, well, I would like to see a little bit of the stop count, meaning that maybe we are going to move through yesterday high, maybe we are going to go through this week high, right? But I do have 1950, 1960 as a supply zone, and that's the first approach when it comes to the supply level, right? So I would like to see attempt to go higher, some kind of the rejection, maybe around the weekly open, just here, or maybe, as I mentioned, 1950, 1960, right? From the daily chart perspective, when it comes to the euro-dollar, it looks a little bit different, meaning that if we are going to break through weekly open, we might see even this type of the correction higher, meaning that we might see the swing high to be retested, right? So we might see the low or this swing high over here. In that case, we are talking about the levels close to 120 or even 121. But overall, for now, I'm bearish. I'm targeting 1750. With that being said, guys, don't be trapped. Be careful. Work with your exposure and see you around. Take care and goodbye.